Hey, everybody. Welcome to Man vs. 7800, the only show where a middle-aged man plays a game console that very few people care about. How about that intro? Brought back the songs that Ramey wanted. Of course, we're playing Xevious here, and it should be a good one, I hope. Killer Roo at the park with your kiddos. Yeah, absolutely. Have fun with the kids. It's, at least in my area, it's a beautiful day for it. Kind of hot, but hopefully it's cooler where you are. But yeah, I appreciate you turning us on anyway and playing us in the background. Andy Two More. Everybody loves the Atari rap when it comes on. That seems to be a fan favorite. Jeremiah Thomas, good to see you. He's on vacation, about to head out. But he has to know if I practiced. Yes, sir, I did practice. I practiced a fair amount. I did look up the flags and stuff. I have not been able to get the flags to appear, but I did look them up. I did try. I practiced a bit this morning. Very little last night, but I did get on there last night too. We had surprisingly a lot of stuff going on for an unemployed man, but I still managed to stay busy and somehow fall behind on the honey-do list that my wife gives me. So glad to see everybody in here. So I do have the stream on my cell phone here, and it does look like there is like a 20-second delay, which I find really weird. I don't, because I put on it not to delay, but maybe that's what you get for having an archaic laptop running a show. I'm glad to see everybody in here. We got 11 people. Thank you for joining us this Saturday morning. Bad Cabbage still has an Atari, still playing it. The flags can be hard because they move a little. Okay, I'll try to get the flags. I gotta remember what I read. It would have been smart to open up the guide and have it open while I play, but I did not do that because I am not smart until it's too late. Bruno Drago, good to see you. Love Xevious. I think this was a good conversion. Absolutely, I think this is an underrated game by far. It was on a console that people just didn't appreciate during its time, so not a lot of people got to experience it. Jet Screamer, good to hear you. Do you need a rubber walrus protector? Jeremiah, towers are always... I did get one of the towers up when I practiced, so I did see that. They almost look like a silo or something like that. Good to see all you guys. We're going to play some 7800 Xevious, as we clearly mentioned. You saw the thumbnail. Andy Two More, I have to fast forward on YouTube to catch up on the stream sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with my setup. The thing is, with what I'm doing here, I still don't know a lot. There's still some issues that I have to figure out and work out, so I try my best for you guys. But yeah, for some reason, there is always a delay on my streams, and I can't figure out why. Obsidian, good to see you. Always glad to see Obsidian here. So, if you read the Ren and Stimpy, okay, I wasn't gonna get that one, Jet Screamer. But yeah, I'll always read them, and I'll pretend like I know what you're talking about, because that's the old dementia-ridden man way. We pretend like we know what's going on, but most of the time we don't, and we're just angry. So yeah, we're playing Xevious. If you follow the descriptions of these videos in the series, I kind of keep track of our win-loss record. This is going to be a loss. I should just tally it up now as a loss. I definitely ain't going to get through a lot of the levels. I've never been good at Xevious. This game is really hard, but we're going to give it the old college try here. So what we're going to do is get started for all of you here. So let me know if the audio is okay, if you have a hard time hearing it. The gameplay audio won't start until I hit the button, which we are going to do right now. So you should be hearing it now, hopefully. So again, thanks for everybody for joining us on the Saturday morning. Hit the like button if you don't mind. It helps the channel out a ton. And we are going to play a classic. So I think the first flag was at the river somewhere. And I don't remember what it said, but I feel like it said to the right. And this is a game that requires a ton of concentration, at least for me. Oh, yep, see. This is a hard game for me. And again, looking through the childhood stuff, my mom found like a paper bag full of our old game manuals and stuff. And I was looking through it. Maybe it was on the right, like when the thing appeared. I don't know. I feel like too, like trying to discover these flags and stuff is gonna kill me, because I get killed when I'm just trying to play this game normal. And now if I add on an element of exploration and discovery, I feel like I'm gonna get my butt kicked. But this was a game we had for our 7800 growing up, and I just could not get very far on it. And then as I got older and I tried to play it again, I could not improve any, it seemed like. I almost feel like I was better as a kid, and I wasn't very good as a kid playing this game. So, you there's a lot of fire, a lot of enemies. You have ground enemies and the aerial enemies. So you have to keep track of a lot of stuff. A lot of things come flying off the screen. It's just such a difficult game. Yes, so Jeremiah makes a good point there. The difficulty switch controls your ability to shoot the bomb separately from the straight fire or your aerial fire. So that is actually, so if you have a one-button joystick, you can still play Xevious. I knew, as soon as I turned that way, I knew. But yeah, if you only have, like, say, a 2600 controller with one button, you can still play Xevious thanks to the difficulty switch. So if you're not dropping bombs, you swap it to the, obviously, the player one switch to the opposite position, and then you should be able to drop. See, every time I know that's going to happen. We're just practicing. We're getting the bugs out. We're loosening up. We're gonna do a lot better than this, but yeah. Then you can use a one-button joystick. It also might make it easier for me too. I mean, maybe I should switch the difficulty lever. We might also have to play on an easier difficulty. They have Baby's First Xevious difficulty mode, or something intended for small children. Like Xevious Junior, that might be more up my alley. You know how they used to have like junior versions of board games like Monopoly Junior and stuff, where they kind of dumbed it down for kids. I feel like that would be more my speed for this game. And those things coming from the sides of the screen, and then they like hurry up and get off. Those always drive me nuts, because as soon as you're about to hit them, as soon as you're about to hit them, they always like fly away. Very strategic, but kind of feels like a, oh come on, I tried to bomb that thing before it got on the screen. I call shenanigans. And again, if you guys coming in, if you're enjoying yourself, having a good time, or even if you're not, but you want to help the channel, hit the like button, because it helps out a ton more than you could ever know. And I will check the chat after I lose this life, which should be fairly quickly. You're not going to have to wait long for me to lose a life in Xevious. Or, you know, use a continue, essentially, I guess. Got to study the screen. Oh, those bombs, those dastardly bombs. See, one of these rivers somewhere, I think, has a flag. I don't remember. I'm sure Jeremiah is going to point out his disappointment in the comments of the pro gamer's ability to underperform. But you know what? We try. We try. We sure do. Okay, so we made it through here. We are now... These mirror things always drove me crazy. They are resistant to my fire. I really want to look at the chat, see if you guys are enjoying the subpar gameplay that you've come to expect from the pro gamer. But if I look away for a second, I'm going to die like that. And I didn't even look away. That was with my full attention on the screen. The thing, I feel like you kind of want to stay at the middle of the screen. And, that way you can, move a little bit, have some... And with these things flying around, the mirror type... I call them mirrors. I feel like you need more than ever the ability to juke and jive. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'll bomb you. Okay, I did not see that coming at all. I was trying, though. I was trying. I think we made it far enough to get bumped ahead a little bit. Ooh, that was a close one. I thought I was a dead man there. Nope. 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 Got that one. Okay. We're doing okay. The mothership messes me up. I might be able to live long enough for it to leave, yes. I tried to bomb it. Get those guys off the screen. So we are making some progress now. Getting a little bit. Like I said, I feel like you want to be more in the center of the screen. If you back yourself up, oops, to the front or the back, it makes it hard to maneuver around. Hope you guys are having a good time in the comments. I cannot check because if I look away for a second, old devious Xevious here is going to punish me. And it might punish me anyway. Now to me, this looks like water, don't it? So you have like these tanks kind of treading around on water. Always kind of crazy to me. So here we go. We're getting up here. See if we can bomb anything. Alright. You got to juke and jive with the game here. So, you know, it helps if you're having a hard time to kind of swing your body around. And what that does is it makes the idiot receptors in my brain go off as though I am actually better than I am. People don't know that. Everybody has some idiot receptors. I happen to have a few more than most. And if you shake around as you play a game, you know, it kind of messes with your audio on the stream, and it also helps you to, you know, stops the pain of the headaches with pictures. What do you call those? Thoughts? So, doing okay. We're not doing spectacular. We don't have any lives left. That's the other benefit. If you find the flags and stuff, I believe they give you a massive increase in points. So we made it, you know, a decent amount there. Thanks for joining us, guys. I want to just see what's going on in the chat here. A lot of love for the game. Andy, 2 more. Have this for the 7800. I think this is such. I believe this is a common game. I think everybody should have it. If you have a 7800 or a 2600 plus, I would grab it because it's a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. SPRR, I think that's like Sparrowhawk or something. You're in here often. Thank you so much. Good to see you, buddy. So this is being played on a 2600 plus. So if you consider that original hardware, it probably isn't because I think it dumps the ROM is how it works. But I do have a 7800. We could play it in that, but I feel like this gives you guys a better picture. Eugene the supporter, thanks for the support, Eugene. It's always appreciated. Good to see you. Jeopardy Jr. was perfect for me. Barricade. That's an awesome name. Love Barricade. Favorite home version. Mine too. It's an absolute gem. Jolt. Good to see Jolt. Glad you can make it. I purchased Devious Xevious from Best Electronics, but still need to open up the game and give it a go. Yeah, absolutely. When you get a second, play it, because it is a good game. Killaroo. Got to go, but I used that mug today. It is a sad day when I can't. Yeah. Yeah, I think you were the recipient. I got to put that video up. There's a new review of the Atari Network mug that I have here. It holds beverages very well. It's a high-quality product. But yeah, there was a new video on that I want to put up because it's always funny when those go up. A few more comments here, and we'll get back to the game. Crypto, purchased this a few days ago and played it last night. I like the sound in this version. Yeah, the sound is really good, especially for being TIA. TIA audio. Absolutely. Ramey! All right, Ramey made it. Good to see you, Ramey. Now, you missed the intro again. You'll have to play that back because I changed the music just for you, buddy. It's the old podcast music. Speaking of that, I want to talk about that a little bit. As we get back into here. Blues Views, good to see ya. I love Xevious too. Obsidian, great game. Wish Fire and Bomb controls were separate though. They are separate. If you flip the difficulty switch. On the 7800 version, I think they are. And then Artie, good to see ya. Mr. Shua, always a pleasure. Glad to have Mr. Shua here. He is an awesome supporter. So you have Novice, Intermediate, and Advanced, but I think we're going to keep it at basic novice here, or intermediate. I could bump it down and probably be more successful, but I almost feel like that's cheating. I try to always keep it on medium. Maybe we can bump it down if I don't do any better or I don't get any better, and that way maybe I can show more of the game to people who are interested. Because as I mentioned, I am not very good at this game. And again, if you're just joining us, hit that like button. It helps out a ton. Helps people find the stream, the channel. And it just lets me know that you enjoy the content that we're putting out. So hit the like button if you're having a good time. And even if you're not, if you hit it, I will buy you a sandwich if I ever meet with you. But only dollar menu stuff. No fancy sandwiches. Nothing from Arby's. Strictly McDonald's. You have your choice of a McDouble, a McChicken, or a something else. What else is on the dollar menu? You can have a small fry. Huh? There will always be a dollar menu. No, there isn't a dollar menu. It's now, see, I got trapped at the top of the screen. You gotta stay in the middle. There's a value menu. It's not a dollar menu anymore, but still, it's a menu. My wife yelled at me that there is no dollar menu. Huh? Yeah. When we take the family to McDonald's, it's a family of 5. It costs us about $55 to eat there, which is outrageous. And that's letting the kids get whatever they want, obviously. They're not in kids' meals and stuff anymore. They're all teenagers, but still, it's a lot of money to go out to eat, even at, like, McDonald's. And that was supposed to be the cheap restaurant. And I think that's the downside of McDonald's, honestly, is that they kind of forgot their place. They have, like, premium chicken sandwiches now, which are good. That seems to be their focus. And I feel like their focus should always be edible food at the cheapest price possible. Am I wrong? Does anybody else think that of McDonald's? Or $5 value meal. I have headphones on, so you gotta speak up.
Yeah, $5 value.
So a $5 value meal they're supposed to be introducing. You can get a $3.50 bundle too. That's if I do go, that's normally what I get. Like, and that's what, you know, we play Xevious and we talk about McDonald's. That's what this channel is all about. We only play Xevious and we only talk about McDonald's and how much they've screwed up. And we also yell at kids to get off our lawn. There was a kid on my lawn the other day. His dog got away from him. And I was so tempted to yell, but then my dogs were going nuts. It was my chance to be an old grumpy man and yell at the kids on my lawn, and I just, I let the opportunity go. Don't worry, if I make a mistake on stream here, guys, and with the delay, before you can correct me, I'm sure my wife will yell at me and correct me. See, again, I was too far up on the screen. I tried to press forward to dodge that bullet, but I had ran out of room at the top of the screen, so it wouldn't let me move forward anymore. So staying in the middle seems like the way to go, but Raimi can correct me if I'm wrong. And then Obsidian, see, I got with the difficulty switch, and again, maybe you were talking about something else, but I can shoot and bomb separate. So hopefully that helps you out, if that's what you were thinking. If not, I apologize, as I have not looked at the chat in a very long time, and I am afraid I can't, because even though I'm not very far, I would be less far. I would not even get this far if I was staring at the screen, because these distractions, any distractions when I play Xevious is deadly. So, there is that. Okay. Trying to, sorry Jeremiah, I don't have the skill to, get the flags to appear, I don't believe. At least not get them to appear and survive at the same time. But I will get there, I promise. Okay, we're doing moderate. We're doing... Oh, nope. Nope. See, I shouldn't have talked about how I was doing. Wow, I didn't even get past the music that time. That was pretty bad. Alright, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us here. We're having a little bit of fun, I hope. Let's see. Raimi. Anytime, Raimi. Any suggestions you make, I'll absolutely take into account. Crunchy the Clown. Good to see ya. Great choice for a Saturday morning. I agree. Xevious is hard. I also agree. Blues Views says, oh, so 7800 version has difficulty level versus the arcade, which changes dynamically. Yeah. Fortunately, that dynamic part I don't think is in here, but I could be wrong. Fens, good to see you, Fens. One of my longtime supporters. Thank you so much for joining us. Chicken Nuggies. I don't like their chicken nuggets. I'm not a fan of chicken nuggets in general, but especially McDonald's. I don't know what it is about McDonald's. I am going to mess this name up, but what is it? Ram? I would say Ramesses Moise. I can't read that. But good to see you, Ram. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Love the content. Make a video with the 100 best homebrew games of all time. Me and, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about, me and Vinny were working on top 100 videos, so, and we're going to do it. I swear we are. Double cheeseburger man here. Yeah, I always go for the double cheeseburger. Coffee time. Get some coffee. Crunchy the Clown. 10. I just don't like the chicken nuggets. Couple more, and you can have a sit down. Exactly. So you can... That's the thing with McDonald's, and now you can pay a little more, and you can have a nicer meal. So it's almost like they lost their place. They don't... Nobody went to McDonald's because it was great. I mean, every once in a while you'd have a craving, but let's face it, McDonald's was affordable. And the kids like it. My kids still, even as teenagers, you know, if I give them the choice, I always say, let's go to McDonald's. Which is disappointing. I think I failed them somewhere. I hate McDonald's onions. I like the little onions. I think they're really good for what they are. I think it's the difficulty. I didn't even try that. Yeah. Heyo, Andy two more hidden ground target when your box turns red. Oh, okay, so I can watch the box. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. Luna J. Lane, good to see you. Glad you could join us. I remember playing Xevious in the arcades. Yeah, Xevious in the arcades was a big game. At least I think so back in the day. But I love the 7800 version. I think this is a great version. 4 difficulty levels. We're going to keep it at intermediate. Crunchy the Clown was just looking at footage of Desert Falcon on the 800 XL, and it looks exactly like the 7800 version. I think they did just a straight port. Really? That is interesting. I'm going to have to look at that, because I almost always prefer the 7800 version, at least graphically. So if the 800 XL version is that similar, I'll have to look at it. I still kind of like McDonald's, but always regret it afterwards. Yeah, it's not one of those feel-good moments. Fenn says, quarter pounder made fresh to order, so it's actually the thing to get. Everywhere? I don't know if it's made fresh everywhere, right? Are you saying that they're always made fresh? Did you used to work there, years ago or something? How do you know it's always fresh? I mean, if that's a hack, I will. If that guarantees me fresh food, I will get it. But man, I do not know if I believe that, Pens. I feel like you can't guarantee a fresh item unless you like make an alteration, no onions or something. I feel like that's the only way to guarantee like a fresh meal. And I almost feel like there's always something wrong at McDonald's. So like if they get the burger right, or the entree or whatever, then the fries are gonna be cold. Or if the fries and the burger are good, like the pop is gonna be flat or something. I do like McDonald's Coke. I don't know. I heard that Coke gives McDonald's like their own what would you call it, syrup, or basically recipe. And it's good. There's something about McDonald's Coke that's good. Back in the day when Grandma Pro Gamer was still alive, we would go there often. She would get a sweet tea and we would get a Coke back when they had dollar any size, which I don't know if they still have that. Is it? Do you say no?
The tea tastes like shit now.
Oh, and the sweet tea around here is awful, apparently. It used to be really good, Mike. And it's almost $3 for a bad tasting tea. Man, times have changed. So he said the reticle will turn red when there's an underground target. So that is a great tip. Thank you. I believe Andy. I think it was Andy that said that. That is a big tip. Thank you so much. That's a great tip. I don't know if it's a big tip, but... So we have to keep an eye on the reticle. Although I'm not normally staring at my reticle too often, because I'm just so... having so much difficulty staying alive that I don't get to. But so if this turns red somewhere, then we know we have an underground target. A fantastic tip. Thank you so much for that. So there's nothing on this side. Might as well take out the top of the pyramid. That guy's gonna fire on us. Don't want to be stuck in a corner. We missed that completely. Anybody want to sing the Staying Alive song for me? Because I feel like we're just hanging on by a thread. It feels very appropriate right now. We're doing okay, but it's because we are just barely hanging on by a thread. Okay, I did not want to get stuck in that corner. I did not want to get stuck in that corner. Raimi says doing better than me. That's because Shouldn't have said anything, but I glanced over and saw that. That's because Jeremiah forced me to practice before stream, so I am at I'm hopefully at the point where I'm in the zone, but I'm not. You know how like you play a game for a long time, and then you start doing really good, and then after a while, like you start doing bad again because you've been playing it so long, I guess. Well, I'm at the point where I'm still. Oh man. Oh, made it to the mothership and died to underground grenade thing. Oh, and I followed the bullet. See, that's what I get for looking at the chat and seeing something that said I was doing okay. It got to my head, man. I feel like there's one there. Missed it. Come over this way. Go over there. There's one up here. Bomb that. Come over this way. Bomb that. Okay, we're doing okay. Doing okay. Okay, now we're at the mothership. We cannot get ourselves trapped in the corner. I wanted to bomb it. Man, I do awful against these motherships. Let me see if it turns red anywhere. I'm not seeing it. I also know, like, I went too far forward again. I know, I know that I forgot what I was going to say. That's about the only thing I do know. Again, thanks for joining us here, guys. If you're enjoying the content, if you agree with my thoughts on McDonald's, leave a like. It helps people find the stream. It helps the channel out a ton. And again, it just lets me know that you like me. You really like me. Or at least you like the content that we are attempting to put out. So we have... This is our last life. We have to make it far on this life. I can't get backed up here. Oh, man. See, it's easy to get yourself backed up all the way to the front of the screen. And then have nowhere to go. We are in the zone. No, we are. We are not in the zone. We are very much outside of the zone. I want to go over there and bomb those, but I feel like it would be a bad move for me. Okay. Oh, man, I saw an opportunity. I went for it. Okay, let's take a look at some of the comments here. Thank you so much, guys, like I said, for joining us. I appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun here, or at least I am. Hope you guys are having some fun. The Quarter Pounder. Yeah, that was the last one I read. That and Gradius. Yeah, the QP, man, it's made differently than the other sandwiches. I'm a McDonald's connoisseur. I'm what you call a heavy user. Oh, hey, I ain't going to argue. If you know McDonald's, I'm going to try that next time. I will let you know, Ben's, I'll go over there, I'll get one, and I'll let you know if your life hack worked or not. I'm counting on you because I don't normally get those, so I'm hoping it's good. Make sure you use the app to save some bread. Yeah, my mom, she got me hip to the McDonald's app, and it really does help a lot. They got a lot of cool coupons and rewards and stuff. So absolutely, use the app. If you're going to go to McDonald's, it kind of makes it affordable again. I really like playing this on expert difficulty. Crunchy, you are the man. Wow. Expert, Xevious? I cannot compete with that. You are... I could... Expert is the highest difficulty, too. Let's try it. Let's try one go on expert, and we'll see how we do. Crunchy says he plays on expert. Wow. Al Pacino, Al Pacino. Xevious is one game I never got. Yeah, I don't get better. The music mocks me. Concentrate, get them points. Vinny keeps saying he got fired from the podcast. Yeah, I keep saying we're going to talk about that when I start up, and then I talk about everything. But yeah, I watched that video today. If you haven't, Vinny over at Big and Funky Productions, he put out a great video on Atari 7800 prototypes and the top 10. It was a list that he put out on his website a long time ago. It's a great video, so absolutely check it out. But yeah, he did make like 3 comments about how he got fired, and he did not get fired. He was not. He makes it sound like he was an employee. He was the essentially the host. I mean, let's face it, he had all the personality. But yeah, we will talk about that in a second. Kenny Loggins. Zone of Danger, yeah. Wonder what the loop record is. Man, I do not know. Glory's Corner in the house. Glory, good to see you. We had a long talk about the Glory Corner in one of these episodes. Yesterday was Miss Butler's birthday. Happy birthday, Miss Ramey Butler. Hopefully you had a great day. Hopefully you have a great birthday week. Hopefully your husband is doing everything he can to make it a good one for you. Happy birthday, Miss Butler. Okay, let's try this in expert. Let's see if we can compete with Crunchy the Clown here. Now, I don't think I've ever tried this game on expert. I'm noticing more enemies right off the bat. Oh yeah, a lot more enemies. A lot more difficult enemies, I believe, too. Ooh, it's rough. There is a lot of stuff coming at you on expert. So this is what Crunchy plays on. He plays on expert difficulty because he said that Xevious is so easy that it feels like a child's game to him, and that, you know, in order for him to get any challenge at all, he has to bump up the difficulty. He said that this game is like the easiest game in the world to him, and he's so good at it that he has looped the screen multiple times. Wow, this is tough. I'm just kidding. He didn't say all that, but he did say he plays on expert, which is insanity to me that anybody would play on anything higher than the starting difficulty, because the game is so hard. My God. So a lot more enemies. I feel like you gotta stay back more. I'm going too far forward, which is not a good idea, I don't think. The enemies come a lot quicker. There's a lot more of them, especially in those side waves. So then we should get a bunch of these guys. Try to take them out. Yeah, a lot more of the off-screen laser thing, or shots coming at you. And then these things that start coming up. Those things messed me up pretty good. A lot of cannons here. We got the tanks. So it feels like a lot of elements from... I went up to the corner. That's always a bad move. It just looks like a lot... a lot of elements that you would otherwise see in the game just kind of ramped up to 11 here. Very, very challenging. Like, I could see definitely, like, if you get good at Xevious somehow, like Crunchy, I could see this being a real challenge. It is a definite challenge. Wow, that's incredible. Sparrowhawk. I'm going to call you Sparrowhawk. It's SPRR. That's what it looks like to me. Let me know if I'm right. Every time I watch an Atari guru play these games, I want to break my card out from storage. I don't know who a guru is, but if you're talking about me, thank you. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, give these games a try. Pull them out, use them. You know, give these carts a workout. They're great old games that time seems to have forgotten, and I'm glad there's a group of us here that really appreciate them. It's a lot of fun. Depends the spook. Are you running this on the 2600 plus? Xevious won't play on mine, but might be my cart. Yes, this is on the 2600 plus fens. Have you done any updates to your 2600 plus firmware? Because you can get the beta firmwares off of Atari Age, so you might want to do that. Cal's Glory Corner, Moon Patrol 2600 Expert, also Galagon Expert. Wow. There's very few games. I bet you I could do Moon Patrol 5200. I don't have the 2600 version, but I love the 5200 version of Moon Patrol. And I bet you I could do that one on a higher difficulty. But I don't know about 2600 version. Moon Patrol is a great underrated game too. It seems like the world has forgotten about Moon Patrol. But yeah, I can't believe Crunchy plays on that difficulty. I would love to get a video, Crunchy, of you playing this version of Xevious on the expert difficulty, just to see how you do. How do you do? So here we go. We are back to our starting difficulty. This feels like home. This feels like right where we should be. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Hopefully it pushed us forward a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it did. It looks like we're to the part with the vehicles and the split, so that's good. I feel like that's a cheat. Like, when you die, if you're close to the next, let's call it checkpoint, it kind of pushes you up there. It doesn't feel fair. It feels like you're kind of cheesing the game. Cheezo Pete's. I feel like now I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start doing worse because I've been playing for a while. Let me know if you guys have that problem too. Like, if you play a game for a while, you start to get good. You know, you get the rust shaken off. And then, after a little while, you start to, like, do worse than ever. And it's probably just because you spent too long playing the game. I don't know what the reason would be, or your eyes are getting sore. That's probably more of an old man thing, but I feel like there's a time where you play for too long, and then you have, like, diminishing returns on your skill. Okay. So I think I want to focus on this side, because there's a thing right over yonder. Yep, right there. I feel like I want to go towards the water, but I feel like I'm gonna die. But we'll do it. Okay, we did it. Blow that thing up. Blow that thing up. We are getting into the what the kids call the zone. I don't know what they do in this zone, but I guess they play Xevious better. Got the extra life. That's good, because we're gonna need it. There should be a thing here. Should be a thing here. Those you don't have to blow up. That you do. And then I feel like I get trapped here a lot. Blow that up. Try to blow that up and fail. Ooh, ooh, that was almost bad. And then we get to this ship, which I spend... Die! I actually hit it with a bomb this time. So, is that worth a like? Probably not. Probably not. Oh my goodness. This game requires all of my concentration. Just even thinking about talking or looking at the chat and I die. You saw that. I was getting ready to say something to the chat and I died for it. This game requires a portion of my cunning. No, all of my cunning. And I'm not... Ooh. And for you guys, people that normally watch Man vs. 7800, but maybe not some of the other stuff, we've been doing a lot more live streams on the channel. Okay, so the podcast and Vinny thing. I keep saying I'm going to talk about that. So, yeah, I was watching the video that Vinny put out, the top 10 7800 prototypes, which again is a list that's been on his channel for a long, or his website for a long time. Atari 7800 forever. That's a website, even before I started talking to Vinny, I utilized that website quite a bit for, say, like when I discovered a new homebrew and I wanted to see if it was worth picking up or something. Just a lot of great Atari 7800 specific information on that page there. And so I watched the video and I noticed him say, again, multiple times that he got fired. And obviously, he did not get fired. I talked to him about maybe, because at that time I had an inkling that things weren't going too great at work, that maybe my boss was, we had just gotten a new boss, so my last boss really liked me, had a good relationship with him. We had a new guy come in, and he was kind of questioning everything, which is fine. But I wanted to be able to focus a little bit more on my job, because I also felt like I had let it go a little bit. Just because I was so focused on like the channel and getting stuff. And, you know, I talked to him. One of the easiest things that I could let go at the time that requires a bit more work than you might think was the podcast. And for me, it made sense to maybe back off a little bit. Either my options were going to be either to do one video a week or to take down the podcast or something. Man vs. 7800 takes no time for me to do. I mean, Jeremiah wants me to practice sometimes, so, you know, I might do a little practice, but it's literally, you know, wake up and I can take care of, like, cleaning the garage and then come in, put it in the cart and just play it. So, so at the time it made sense. Unfortunately, it didn't save my job. I was still let go after that. But now, since I have been let go, I'm trying to reach out to Vinny, because maybe now is a good time, or something like it. So I want to discuss that with him. So that's an exclusive here. Yeah, I'm running on new firmware. I just think it's the cart. Yeah, it probably is then, Benz. Because mine works great, and I think it always did work on it, to be honest. I have to go back and check. Crypto just downloaded that firmware last night. Yeah, the firmware, I try to keep up to date on it, because they have done a lot of great work, but none of it's official, I don't think. There's like no official 2600 plus new firmware, which is weird, because there's a ton of beta firmwares. Love Moon Patrol. I only played the 2600 only, but looks good on 5200. Yes, Cal's Glory Corner, it is great on the 5200. I love it on that console. Yeah, 52 Crunchy just bought it on there. Vanguard on the 5200 is really good too. It's probably my favorite version of Vanguard. But growing up, I had the 2600 version. I have the arcade Moon Patrol on my, what is that, II Arcade? But my friend has an original Moon Patrol cabinet. Very cool. I always love seeing old arcade cabinets, but even the new stuff from like 1UP Arcade and stuff. Those are cool. I wanted to get one, but my wife wouldn't let me.
That's alright.
That's right, she said. Just wanted to give you a comment from the Alamo. Oh, thanks, Jeremiah. I'm trying my best for you, bud. Do you get cell service in the basement? I had a job once. I lost it. I know where it is. I just can't do it. Yeah, I misplaced mine too. It is weird that there is no official firmware by now. Battlezone 2600 is the best console port for me. Battlezone on the 2600 looks incredible, and I always appreciated, because when Battlezone came out, and even for years afterwards, there was nothing that looked quite like that, at least to me, on the 2600. And even today, it's hard to find games that are comparable graphically to what Battlezone is, and it's just colorful. You got the big tank, the enemies. I love it. But I was playing Battlezone on the 400 Mini the other day, and that version is great too. The wireframe, is that what I want to call it? The graphics of the original are not bad at all, but I am so glad that they went for the graphic style that they did on the 2600, because I think it turned out great. I think it's a very unique looking game on the console, and I honestly adore it. It's one of my favorite 2600 games ever, I'd have to say. So I agree with you, Cal. That's a great port of a great game already. Undershot that one. Okay, we got this. We got this. I shouldn't say that because I'll die immediately after saying that. I feel like trying to run away from the bullets is always a bad move. If you know what I mean, like trying to outrun them heading in a certain direction. It's a move I've attempted here a few times, and more often than not, it just leads to me dying, I think. I think you gotta just outright dodge them. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Okay. So we're to the mirror part. On that. I feel like I want to stay to the side. I'm waiting for the reticle to turn red so I can hit one of these underground targets, and I am not seeing it. I would love to find one of them flags for you guys and show it to you. But I feel like I have neither the skill nor the no, just the skill, I guess, to do that. I feel like I will die the second that I make that a priority, because I die without making it a priority. That's one thing. But yeah, back to so I want to have. Or I think this could be a good time to have some form of the podcast come back. Because I do have time for it now, obviously. But I'm not sure if he even wants to, really. I mean, he might be... Because he is a lot busier than I think a lot of people know. He's kind of running his own movie thing. I guess I gotta stop talking. Running his own... independent movie studio, and he's had a lot of opportunities come up lately, which is great for him. I'm so glad that he's had some more success, and he's working on the next movie in the Smoky Mountain Chronicles. So if you're not aware of the movies he's done, he starred in a few of them too, and he's his tag team partner from back in his wrestling days stars in a few of the other ones. But the Smoky Mountain Chronicles are like the WJHCAM, and the most recent one I think was Camp Smokey or something like that. So check those out. But yeah, he's been so busy with that it might just not be feasible right now for him to do it. but we could bring that back in some form. I was also talking to somebody, if he can't for some reason, of course the co-host seat will always be his, but maybe bringing it back anyway and having like a rotating co-host thing for a while where a few other people can come in. I'd love to have like Hugo come in, maybe help co-host once. Just anybody that's interested. We had Crossbow on before. I talked to our old friend. I shouldn't have sat on top of that. Our old friend from Hasbro, Jason Hill, and he's interested in doing something too, so he could co-host one. So definitely something could happen there. It's a miracle that my 5200 wasn't damaged when the seller shipped it. He just threw everything in a box on top of the console. I've had that happen before. As a matter of fact, Crunchy, I had a cartridge that I just hung around here because somebody, again, threw it in a envelope and it came crushed in pieces. Like, literally, when I opened the padded envelope to get the cartridge out, I just dumped it on the table and a bunch of shell pieces and circuit board pieces fell out. So it's always infuriating when people do that. I've had, I forget what it was, but I also had something shipped a while ago, and the box just came like wide open. It was entirely too heavy for the box they shipped it in, so that's always scary. There are basements at the Alamo. Shout out to Pee Wee Herman? Or no, he was heh or something. I don't remember. The first day of summer vacation, when I got up, I went downtown to look for a job. There you go. Has anyone ever made it to near the end on battle? I haven't. My son went to a con today. Oh, cool. What con was it? Was it the Korgs, or what con is happening this weekend? Cool typo. Let's see. It's busy. I went to one with him. Too many slutty Zeldas. Yeah, the cosplayers, there's so many cosplayers now. A lot of them do a lot of cool stuff, but man, they're just everywhere. I don't do well in crowds. Me neither, honestly. I don't like going to crowded places. I'll post his costume on the Discord. Absolutely, be cool to see what he went in. Practice makes it a little better. Thomas Jenkins, good to see you, Thomas. Glad you could stop in and see what we're doing here. Thanks to Vinny, I'm back to working on a movie script. Awesome. Love to see something come of that, Raimi. Write me in a background part where I can maybe sit there playing a Lynx or something. If I went to a con, I want to be Henchman 21 from Venture Brothers after he started working out. Very cool. Thomas Jenkins, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, stay classy. I'll give you a heart there and a like. Awesome. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Never expected. $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, man, it's going to be 96 degrees Fahrenheit today. It is hot here, and I turned the air conditioner off to do this for you guys, so it's starting to get a little warm in here. So usually we go 1 hour, so this is probably going to be our last run, guys. So let's see if we can make it a little further than we already have. Thanks again, Thomas. Your kindness is always appreciated. You always seem to give a few dollars, and it means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. Never expected. And just like our group here, full of classy Atarians, you guys rock. It's awesome, even when maybe you don't agree with something. Always respectful. We can always just talk, have a differing of opinions. At the end of the day, it's all Atari. We all love Atari. We all love the games, the classics, the new stuff. We're all here because we share this hobby, and I'm so glad to have a group of really cool people here in the chat and in the comment section of the videos and on the Atari Network Discord that we can talk about this stuff and be able to kind of debate a little bit and do it in a way that is respectful and classy. We are a classy bunch here, and that's hard to find on the internet these days. Even so, I took the Stay Classy Atarians thing from Anchorman, obviously. And it really does, though. It's kind of, I don't know, it's really come to describe our community, I think, which is awesome. So many communities on the internet, they just end up, you know, if you disagree with one little thing or you say something wrong, you end up getting kicked out and nobody talks to you and stuff, or you get a lot of really foul language. And that last video we put out this Thursday got a great response of differing opinions in the comment section. I noticed, too, a few people unsubscribed after that. My subscriber numbers went from 3,023, and it went all the way down to 3,019, so I lost like 4 or 5 subscribers. I think somewhere in that range when I was looking at the numbers. And, you know, I mean, those were people that were probably going to get offended. If I look at the video, I think the number of subscribers gained to lost is negative, somewhere around -3 or something. So I think we lost a few more than that even. But they were people that were going to leave eventually anyway. They were probably going to get offended by something said, and they were going to, you know, take off and take their ball and go home. So, and that's absolutely, I was not trying to. Somebody said in that video, I was said something about, like, I didn't want a woman protagonist or something. I did not. That was not my intention. If it came across that way, let me know, because that was kind of a weird comment I wasn't expecting. But I have no problem with, you know, any protagonist, really, as long as they make sense to the story. I do not care if it's a woman or a man or whatever. But there's a lot of weird comments. There's, like, I have a feeling a lot of people didn't watch it all the way through, and they just, like, started commenting. And I noticed Gen X put out a video, like, similar that day, but I think it was making the complete opposite point. So I think that helped and didn't help. But I was hoping that video would get a lot more views because of the extreme nature of it. Now, I'll be honest, I was hoping it would get views, and it was kind of hopefully designed to do so, and it did not get a lot more views. It seemed to get less views. So now I know, though, that sort of stuff isn't gonna increase views to the channel, and it probably isn't gonna be the way to go moving forward. But I felt like I wanted to try something different, and I tried it, and it turned out the way it did. So move on. I probably won't do too many more videos like that. And it is how I feel. Don't get me wrong. Like, those opinions in that video, I wasn't just saying it for views, but I also, at the end of the day, I'm going to play anything Atari puts out. If it's good, I'm going to say it's good. I'm not going to, you know, insist that it's bad because I initially said it was bad, or I was anticipating it to be bad. But I love Atari. I'm going to play anything they put out. I'm going to give it all a chance, and I'm going to cover it on the channel. And that's all there is to it. So I just wanted to put that out there, too. Let's see. We might play it one more time here. Let me just see what's going on in the comments. I don't know what happened to my voice there. It's 80 now in Connecticut. It's going to be 103 with humidity. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's somewhere around, it's got to be up to the mid-80s here. I'd have to go check. Just beat the boss. Oh, man, you are asking a lot. Nintendo got lazy nowadays. Nintendo's Nintendo. They're always going to do quality stuff. They could put out anything, really, and people will buy it, and it'll probably play pretty well. But I used to love Nintendo, obviously, as a kid. Now, I take it or leave it. I'm an Atari man now. Retro Bliss has childish issues on his podcast. Retro Bliss is, yeah, he's a cool. I think if that's the channel I'm thinking of, which I'm blanking on right now, of course. I always do that. When I have to cite something or somebody brings something up, I start to blank on it, but I know I'm subscribed to Retro Bliss. Yes, there are. Chris Walker, good to see you. There are hidden targets in the 7800 port. I'm just not finding them. So, Retro gets mad. I'd make you a Skyline Jokes, famous chili. I'm offended that they're offended, said Ramey. I'm offended that you even think they're offended. Oh, man, the everybody's going on the offensive. Or the offense. There was a joke there, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not butt sensitive personally, yeah. It's good to know. With a name like Cal's Glory Corner, I wouldn't expect you to be butt sensitive, but some people are. I don't know. Yeah, too many people get boo-boo face, I agree. Do like some Intellivision games. I've had some requests to move into Intellivision now that Atari owns them. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I kind of don't think so, but I do want to talk more about Atari with Intellivision and maybe their plans moving forward, the things they've already done. I'd love to talk to somebody at Atari about some of the things they're doing. Oh, did anybody hear Atari's putting out a Bubsy collection, or they're working on a Bubsy collection? Have you guys heard that? I read that somewhere very recently. They're mostly just re-releasing old games now, nothing but lazy HD rehashes, yeah. My name sounds like Huge Ego. Yeah. All right, let's do this. We're going to do one more, guys. Let's give this one more go. I'm going to give it the old... let's give it 100% here. Really focus in. Try to give you guys a good gameplay. Maybe bomb that mothership. Bomb that mothership and knock that mothership out of the mothership in sky is what we're going to do. Thanks again for joining us for Man vs. 7800. This is probably going to get tallied up as a loss on the tally. I should have the record in front of me. I don't. Not that it matters. We're just here to have fun. But I do actually keep track of our win-losses. I counted... So we played Fight Night last week. And we actually ended up playing... what was it? Map Mania Challenge and the other one. What's the other wrestling game? Title Match Pro Wrestling. And I counted all three as victories because we did pin our opponent and win in each fighting game. We won the championship in Fight Night. We repeatedly slammed our opponent until they were dead, and then covered them in Title Match. And then in Map Mania, I think we did a best 2 out of 3 falls, and we ended up taking out our opponent. So we got 3 victories there. So I think our record is finally above 500 for once, but we've had a lot of failures. I do want to go back to, I gotta stop talking to give you guys a good one, but I do have to go back to Double Dragon, because that very first Man vs. 7800 where we played Double Dragon, I was watching... like right now I'm watching the HD TV that I have sat on my desk for the 2600 Plus. For that one, I was staring at the output, so I was watching my computer screen, and there's lag in the control. I didn't realize that. It's not a lot. It's not like insane. It's not the 20-second lag from my screen to YouTube, but it was enough that my timing was off, and I realized that after the fact, or maybe it was towards the end. So I want to give Double Dragon another go, because that's a game I can usually beat with no problem, and it kind of bugs me that not with no problem, I mean there's problems. It's difficult. It's not an easy game to beat. But that's one I want to go back to, because I know I can beat it, and I want to do it on stream for you guys. So we might do a redemption episode, like let's call it Man vs. 7800 Redemption, and we'll do each game just one time, all of the losses, and we'll try to get a win back against our losses. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, because Double Dragon is usually a game And that's why I picked it, too. No lie, I picked Double Dragon, I think, as the first episode because I knew I can consistently beat that game. And I don't think a lot of people have seen it to the end. So the fact that I failed was, like I said, kind of upsetting. Especially since it was like supposed to be a choice to make, to guarantee a win, and then I failed so, like, just so dramatically, and like it looked like I didn't know what I was doing. So we're gonna get to this mothership. Let's really focus on taking that out. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I ran right into the damn... Jeez. Well, guys, about that mothership, huh? Wow. That was bad. Boy, I'd be embarrassed if I was that 7800 Pro Gamer guy. Alright, let's finish strong here, guys. We got one more life. We can do this. We can do this. Go over here. Bomb that. Bomb that. Come over here. And run into the bullet. Oh, man. I am definitely feeling like I am not in that zone anymore. The zone has left me. I feel fatigued. I feel ashamed. I feel tired. A little cranky, a little hungry. I might be a little wet. I gotta check. Not from sweat. I'm sweating. My hands are sweating. Okay. Die, ship. You don't belong in this world. No! No! Die! Oh, my goodness. Well, we gave it the old college try, guys. Jerome! Jerome, always coming in at the last second, it feels like. Let's see here. Look at the chat real quick. Bubsy, they are. Okay, good. Yeah, I thought I heard they were putting out a Bubsy collection. So isn't it the old Bubsy games, or are they doing something new? It felt like they said they were just doing like a collection. Oh, dear God, not Bubsy. Atari is doing stuff. Yes, they are. Ever play Diner on Intellivision? Is it Diner or Dinner? Dinner is two N's, right? So that's got to be Diner. I've never even heard of it. Are you winning yet? No. Champ Games has some great Atari homebrews. Champ Games is awesome. If I had the money right now, I would definitely look at getting Turbo. Looks incredible from Champ Games, and the Animal Keeper port. I want to do a comparison of that and Video 61's. Has anybody gone to Video 61 Atari Sales website lately? It's not there. I've been trying to visit there for a couple of days because they announced that new game, the Robot Holocaust, and the website's just not there. I don't know where the heck it went. Hopefully everything's okay. I mean, the fact that they're announcing games, I would have to think so, but I just can't get to the website. If you go to Atari Sales, Video 61, it's not there. But yeah, Chris Walker, good to see you, Chris. The elevator action port. Yeah, they have everything they do is so high quality. They're such a good game studio. And go directly to them. I've noticed a lot of people, since Champ Games, their titles are no longer on Atari Age for obvious reasons now, are trying to post them on eBay for tons of money. And there's no need. I mean, they're still available right from Champ Games. You can support them. Just head over to Champ Games, Google them, Champ Games 2600. Give them some support because they are one of the most talented homebrew people out there. You can always play Rampage for the 2600 and put everybody to sleep. I can do that. I feel like I put everybody to sleep anyway, but I really want to see more new 7800 and Jaguar games. Absolutely. I'd love to. That last round of homebrew titles from Atari Age, they had some really great stuff in there for 7800, and I'm patiently waiting for it to come. I'd love to get that wave of games. I feel like Al over at Atari Age has to be working his hands to the bone because for him to do that all by himself, and he keeps doing pre-orders. The pre-order thing, I think, is really killing him. If if I could give him one piece of advice, I would say, Al, just stop with the pre-orders. Just get caught up, and then when you're ready to release something, put it on the website and sell it. But I understand why. It probably helps him get just enough inventory and know exactly what his workload is. But still, I feel like that's killing him. 7800 Pro, good to see you, Jerome. It's the R zone. The zone has left the building. Xevious can wear it. Yeah, Xevious wore me down. Fine version of Galaga. Yep, Galagon. Get that man a sandwich. Thank you. Chris has been listening to Dutch Mantel. I'm so caught up with Dark Souls, I forget what time it is. Dark Souls is, that's a game I think my son played Elden Ring most recently. I should tell him to stream. If you guys like modern stuff, I'll see if my son will do some streaming for you. Because I do not touch that stuff at all. I put down new rugs last week. My monitor somehow got broken. Oh my goodness. I used it as an excuse to get an ultra wide. Well, that's awesome that you were able to get something you wanted. Thomas Jenkins, you played Atari today, so you already won. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Thomas. The positivity is just overwhelming there, but I do appreciate it. Anytime you play Atari, you're a winner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner, says the wife. Wolfenstein Jaguar best port. I agree, actually, Cal. That's one of my favorite Jaguar games. I think that's most underrated. Everybody talks Alien vs. Predator and Doom, but I think Wolfenstein 3D on the Jaguar is awesome. Get an intern to do it. Even has the Nazi symbols. Yep. They kept all that intact for Wolfenstein.
Come get the girls.
Okay. After the latest firmware update, I tried Crossbow again on 2600 Plus. It loads up, title screen looks good, game select is fine, but the game turns to blocks and is unplayable still. Really, Crossbows? I swear I've played Crossbow on the 2600 Plus. Are you talking about the 2600 version or the 7800 version, Crypto? It will be a full year on July 19th since I placed my Atari Age order. That is incredible. Wow. That I have never had them take a full year, but I believe it. That is insane crunchy. It really, and things that can only get longer from here. That's why I'm thinking he shouldn't do the pre-orders, because it's going to take more and more time to get the stuff out. It's just, man, I don't know, but a year, to me, a year is too much, guys. It's too long to ask somebody to give you their money and have faith. I mean, Al will always ship every order. I know he will, as long as he has a breath in his body and he's well enough to do it. He will do it. But yeah. Leroy Jenkins. Wolf 3D on the Jaguar is great. Hey, OG Hugo, good to see you, buddy. Coming right in at the end here. I'm wrapping up. Failed miserably at Xevious. But we had some fun. We talked a little bit about McDonald's, talked about all kinds of stuff here. Crossbow with gun support, right? There you go. I'm hooked to Need for Speed right now. Is there a new Need for Speed game? I need to breeze through it and get it done. I want to play other things, man. So playing games that when they start to become like a chore to play through, which I don't think that's what you meant, but I feel you. Like I gotta get through this game because I have so many to play. And I wanted to play this and get it done. Especially now that I run the channel, I kind of have that mentality too. Like I got to play through this and this so I can get to this. And sometimes it takes the fun out of things. I think it's nice to be able to slow down and just kind of enjoy these things. But yeah, the game is awesome. I enjoy it a lot, but it's tough. Yeah. OG Hugo just waking up. Man, it is noon my time, buddy. We got to get you an alarm clock. Just kidding, of course. You work hard, you need a lot of rest. If I could sleep until noon, I would. But I would wake up with probably a bucket of water from my wife. Gun games don't work on digital ROMs. ROM games. Yeah, I don't. I have my CRT and my 7800 original there for that. Um, One game with gun support on 2600 is just not enough. Uh, what is that? What do you think of the PVC engine turbo graphics? Oh, the PC engine. Uh, I I always liked the PC engine and the turbo graphics specifically. That was one I really wanted. Oh, it's 9 a.m. there. Okay, Hugo. Yeah, it's noon here, but that's right. You are in a different time zone. I keep forgetting that. I always forget there's different time zones. I figure everybody's on my time, which shows the thought process of somebody like me, I guess. But yeah, that's just something I forget about because this is a international channel with a international audience, people all times of hours. I used to have people when I did this show earlier tell me in their time it was really late at night and stuff. We used to get a few guys, but yeah, he is in Cali. I should know because he just sent me something. Yeah, it's 12:20 where I'm at too, Cal. But Turbo Graphics was a system I was looking into at one point. I really wanted to get. The Too Busy Surfing Bra. I always wanted to get it and try it. I never did. I never had a Turbo Graphics. I even remember back in the 90s, it must have been looking like very early, maybe it was late 80s, looking at magazines and seeing uh, like magazine ads for the Turbo Graphics and just being floored. Like, what is this thing? The games looked awesome. They always had Bonk. I remember the Turbo Express ads specifically. I think they had like Bonk on there and a whole line of games. But yeah, I always thought it was a neat console, underappreciated, and I'd love to try it one day. But I've never had one, never played it. Um, but I looked into it a bit though. So anyway, guys, it's been a ton of fun. We've gone a little beyond what I normally do, which is cool. You guys are chatting up a storm. I really appreciate it. It's always fun to play games with all of you. So glad to see so many familiar faces in here. Everybody coming back. Fortunately, Hugo and a few of the other guys came in a little bit late, but if you want, go ahead and watch the replay. Um, Other than that, I got to wrap things up here. We're going to have a busy day. Thank you so much to Thomas Jenkins for the $5 super chat. Always appreciated, never expected. Um, Thanks to everybody who left a like. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the stream. Again, it helps the channel out a ton. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning. Yeah, let's head over to Discord. I have not been on the Discord for a very long time. I apologize, guys. I've just been so busy with the job hunt and doing the channel stuff. I'm trying to have more of a presence on social media and stuff. So I'll jump on the Atari Network Discord. If you guys are members there, head over there. We can talk a little bit. But other than that, thanks a lot for joining us, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, oh yeah, check out the Patreon and YouTube membership if you are so inclined. The support helps out a lot. It helps the channel acquire new things. Just put out a video on Patreon and for members about the new stuff we picked up with the Patreon money. All right, guys, thanks a lot. And as I was saying, thanks for joining the screen. Thanks for joining the stream, not the screen.